As Jae-ik's dad falls, Hanel rushed towards and catch him. She tries to fly with Jae-ik's dad, but the weight is a bit heavy for her. Azracel then says that the table is all set, but instead of savoring it to themselves, they serve it to the enemy. Iriel gets mad and asked that, what are they doing letting Jae-ik fall in hell? The statues also get shocked and says that an unfavorable situation has occurred. On the other hand, Jae-ik, Han Ma-bak, and Yoonji are falling. Yoonji is at the top, and Jae-ik and Han Ma-bak are getting pushed by the boulder. Due to immense wind, their faces turns damn ugly. They falls directly to hell. Jae-ik and Han Ma-bak get smashed by the boulder, and Yoonji receives the after effect of the collision and fly away. Jae-ik uses his powers and throws the boulder away. At that time, the executioner king of Death Des comes with his huge scythe. Des laugh at the guys in heaven as they are the ones who always blab about one's repentance or atonement. But the one who is actually giving the punishment is them. After that, he welcomes Jae-ik to hell and tries to shake hands with him and congratulates him for becoming the new member of hell. Des also says that there will be a welcoming ceremony and signing event not long after this. Jae-ik tells Des that he don't want this. Hearing this, Des gets shocked and asked if he isn't one of those that the heaven has tossed away here. Jae-ik replies that he is not. Behind Des, Han Ma-bak is laying. He tells Des that although he went to both heaven and hell in just one day, but he is well aware that this is his righteous place. Hearing this, Des says that he don't need him, and tells Han Ma-bak to go back from where he came from. Des then float in the mid-air and says that this place is completely different from heaven, and asks Jae-ik that if he had any condition that heaven couldn't accept. Jae-ik gets up and asks Des that if he also wants to keep him. Des replies that he wants Jae-ik to make the choice, as that way the heaven will suffer more. Des also tells Jae-ik to just speak, and he will make his revenge possible. He will provide Jae-ik with the strength so he can punish those who caused him suffering in heaven. Upon heeding this, Jae-ik shouts no and releases his energy and tells Des that it's not necessary, as if it's about revenge, he can do it on his own. Due to Jae-ik's energy, Des gets pushed back, and from the energy he gets, that Jae-ik is the apex hybrid, and this is the reason he become desperate to keep Jae-ik. Han Ma-bak gets closer to Jae-ik and tells him that they should stay here together, as the bad guys like them who like to beat people have to stay here. Han Ma-bak also tells that this place feels more ease. Hearing this, Jae-ik knocks out Han Ma-bak and tells him that he is not lyle him and he don't want to be here. Getting hit, Ma-bak flies away and hits a spike rock. On the other side, we can see Yoonji is laying and she still didn't regain her consciousness. She slowly gets her senses and sit up holding her head. She then looks around and gets that she is in a cave. As she looks around, she hears a voice which says that if she is a lost puppy, and she looks cute. Hearing this, Yoonji turns and sees a dark-skinned, handsome guy. Seeing the guy, Yoonji's heart starts to pound like crazy. The guy then gets down and says that he found something interesting. The guy approaches her and garbs her shoulders and says that her soul is so alluring that he wants to have her. Yoonji can't resist as she finds the man damn attractive. She starts to think about Jae-ik to divert her mind. The man then thought that he will take her soul and make it into a decoration in his room, then take a picture of it and upload it. Yoonji gets shocked as she can hear all the thoughts of the man. She starts to think that why this man is letting her hear all of his wicked thoughts. She then gets out of the man's garb. The man then tells her that he is Baal, the chief of hell. Baal is the biological father of Jae-ik. Baal then tells Yoonji that he is the great demon of hell, Baal. All of his thoughts will always come true. Wickedness is the source of his power. So it's not an emotion that he should be hiding. Yoonji again fall for his charm, and she gets into a situation that she didn't dislike it or neither like it. Baal then says that he is also able to hear her thoughts. Baal then grabs the girl's head tightly and he gets shocked. He asked her that who did she get here if she is still in her body. Yoonji replies that she didn't know how he end up here. Baal garbs her hand and tells her not to worry about this, as he will be taking her to Des. Yoonji asked that if by going to Des, she can get back. No, I will ask Des to kill you and separate your soul from your body. That way, I can take your soul more easily, Baal says. He uses his charm and smiles and says that, let's go quickly. We'll go and you'll die. Humans are bound to die someday. Anyway, I will ask him to make it painless. Desus is the best in this field, you know. Yoonji fall in his charm and follows him obediently. On the other side, Des and Jae-ik is fighting. Des cut the skin of Jae-ik's neck with his scythe. Des tells Jae-ik to let him separate his body and soul first, then they will continue their interview. Jae-ik stops the bleeding with his hand and shouts that's evil and ambush out of nowhere. Des tells Jae-ik that he is right, as he is quite evil. Saying this, Des rushed towards Jae-ik. He swing his scythe, but Jae-ik jumps to avoid it. As Jae-ik jumps, he feels that his body gets heavier than when he was in heaven. Jae-ik then garbs a spike and breaks it and gets down with it. Des looks at him and tells him not to worry, as he will give him a painless death. Des then gathers his aura and swings his scythe. As he swing his scythe, a slash beam move towards Jae-ik. Jae-ik stops it with the rock spike. Due to the impact, Jae-ik gets pushed back, and he gets on the edge of the cliff, and under there is lava. The lava gets on Jae-ik's t-shirt. Jae-ik feel that this flame is much hotter than the flame on the surface. Des tells Jae-ik not to worry, as the hell flame will burn his body instantly. At that time, Baal and Yoonji arrives at the scene. Baal points towards Des and tells Yoonji that this guy is the one who will grant her painless death. As Baal looks at Jae-ik, he feels a strange feeling. Even though he has never seen Jae-ik before, but he can instinctively tell that Jae-ik is his precious flesh and blood. As Yoonji can hear Baal's thought, she get that Baal is Jae-ik's father. Yoonji then asks Baal that if he is Jae-ik's father. I guess I am. It's my first time seeing that kid, but to think that I'm seeing my flesh and blood grown up this well, and even engaging in such a battle, Baal says this to Yoonji. Hearing this, Yoonji tells that Jae-ik is just like him, and now she know the reason that why she liked Jae-ik so much. Baal then suggests Yoonji that they should go and kill her first. Yoonji asks that how he is going to do that, as he just meet his son. If he's really my son, he will be fine. He should win, and I will take care of my own business, Baal replies. He then calls for Des and tells him to stop fighting for a bit and kill Yoonji. I'm in the middle of a battle right now, so I can't respond to you. Please wait for a moment, Des says. Hearing this, Baal gets shocked, as he didn't expect him to answer that way. Des continues his attacks, but Jae-ik blocks them with the spike rock. Jae-ik asks Des that why is he so desperate to kill him. Since your kind of strong talent is locked inside a weak human body, I don't want to kill you. I just want to liberate that power from your body. For your convenience, we will provide you with a more suitable body. We already prepared a vessel for you. Des tells this to Jae-ik. As he is saying this at that time, a demon comes there with a coffin. In the coffin, there is the corpse for Jae-ik to use as his new body. The demon to bring the coffin is Des's friend, and his name is Gomorrah. The demon then breaks the coffin, and the corpse of Solus Mercurochrome comes out of it. As Jae-ik sees the corpse, he feels that he has seen this somewhere before. Des then asked Jae-ik that what he thinks about this new body of his. He also tells Jae-ik to cooperate with them to take his soul out of that weak body and place it into this body with the best specs. Gomorrah tells Jae-ik that he polished and arranged it with utmost care. Seeing this, Yoonji gets annoyed, as she thinks that putting Jae-ik's soul into that monster's body is quite ugly. She then requests Baal to help his son. Baal replies that although Jae-ik is his son, It doesn't mean that he has to help him. That sentiment is something only for humans. Yoonji then tells Baal that Jae-ik is her boyfriend and begs Baal to help him. Hearing this, Baal grabs her chicks and says that even if she is his son's girlfriend, that doesn't mean he can't steal him from him. And besides, Jae-ik is not even her real boyfriend. Jae-ik then tells Des that he don't want to cooperate with them as he likes the way he looks now. Des raises his scythe and says that if he uses a great body, he can become immortal, and how can he become a master with such a fragile human body? Saying this, Des launched his attack. Jae-ik jumps back to avoid it. Now Jae-ik gets angry and he looks deadly at Des. Des didn't give a F to that, and he rushed to attack Jae-ik. Jae-ik uses the spike rock and blocked the attack. The rock cannot handle the power of the scythe, so it breaks into pieces. Jae-ik gets furious and neon aura coves his body. Des again rushed to attack. He swing his scythe targeting Jae-ik's neck. In that milliseconds, Jae-ik sees Lucifer and he wonders that what Lucifer is doing here. Lucifer waves his hand, seeing Jae-ik. Upon seeing Lucifer, Jae-ik decides to perform Lucifer's Ash technique. But he didn't know how to perform it as he has never done it before. But in this milliseconds, he replicates the technique perfectly. And as the scythe slashes him, he turns into ash, and after that he again reassembles. Seeing this, Des gets shocked. But he didn't stop there. He attacked 2 more times, but he never succeeded to land a single attack. Seeing this, he gets scared, and his bones starts to sweat. Lucifer praises Jae-ik for copying his special technique. After that, he takes his leave. Jae-ik again looks at Lucifer and he gets confused that why Lucifer is here. Des sees this opportunity and comes to attack. At that time, Jae-ik thought of something and he decides that he shouldn't stay still. Now Jae-ik makes his move and rushed to punch Des. Jae-ik punch landed on the face of Des and cracks his face. Upon getting hit, Des flies away and hit a wall hard and breaks it. Baal sees this and gets happy and praises Jae-ik for copying the special skill of Lucifer. Baal cheers for him. Jae-ik hears it, and he turns around and sees Yoonji. Baal also looks at Yoonji and says that who will kill her now, as Des' bones are shattered. At that time, King of the Eternal Suffering Gamora uses his absolute restraint technique. He throws his chains at Jae-ik. Jae-ik's neck gets caught by the chain. He uses Lucifer's technique to separate his neck. Baal sees this and finds his technique amazing. While Jae-ik is separating his neck at that time, tiny chains come out of the ring and grabs Jae-ik's head and put it back to his body. Gamora then says that no one can escape from his restraint skill, not even an Apex hybrid like Jae-ik. Now Gamora starts to pull the chain, and Jae-ik gets hurt on his neck. Garoma then tells Jae-ik that he will never be able to get away from its restraints. Not even Lucifer would be able to get away from this. As Garoma says this at that time, Han Mabak ambushed Garoma and punched him on the face. The punch didn't affect at all while rubbing his face. Garoma asked, "Who the hell is he? He don't even know he is here." Mabak tells Garoma that he is with Jae-ik, pointing his figure at Jae-ik. Mabak tells Garoma that, "What the hell is this?" Not only did he ambush Jae-ik, he even trap him with that leash and bully him. Mabak also tells Garoma to fight Jae-ik directly like a real man. Mabak then starts to walk towards Jae-ik, and he tells him that although they are enemies, but he didn't like this kind of dirty play, so he has come to save him. Saying this, Mabak grabs the chain and tries to break them. But Mabak's strength is not enough to budge to chains. He tries for a bit and gets tired. Jae-ik then says that he also tries to break them with his powers, but it didn't work. After that, Garoma seems angry, and he asks Jae-ik and Mabak that why they think that he is a man. Upon hearing this, the both of them gets nervous. "If you're not a man, then what are you?" Jae-ik asked. "Don't misunderstand. We, as the kings of hell, are simply genderless." Garoma replies. Garoma then starts to explain that we are hermaphrodites, so they can breed with themselves. Upon hearing this, Jaik and Maybach holds their ears with their hands and tells Garoma to stop. Garoma gets mad and says that how dare a lowly human like them cut him out while he is speaking. Garoma then attacks Maybach and tosses him out like a mosquito. Maybach hits a wall and he starts to bleed. The chains of Garoma wraps around him and holds him there. Garoma then looks at Jaik and says that now he welcomes Jaik for coming to the world of evil. Since he captured Jaik, he will be forever remembered as the one who caught the apex hybrid. Garoma then tells Jaik to stay still, as he will separate his soul from his body. Saying this, Garoma punched at Jaik's face, but this moves of his back fired as Jaik's face is much stronger than Garoma's hand. So as Garoma lands his punch, his hand gets completely shattered. Maybach then tells Garoma to use his left hand to punch Jaik and finish him off with his strongest blow. Jaik then asked Maybach that whose side is he? Garoma takes Maybach's advice and he looks at his left hand. He then starts to gather his energy and concentrate all off it in his left hand and launches his strongest fatal blow. As Garoma's attack landed, a big explosion occurs like when a nucleus clashes with a high-pressure energy. Due to the explosion, Garoma ceased to exist. The explosion all bring changes to the infrastructure of hell. The ceiling starts to fall. Back also gets free from the chains, and he starts to fall towards the lava. The spike rocks are about to hit Baal and Yunji. Seeing this, Baal pushed Yunji to a kava so that she can be saved there. Back also somehow lands safely and takes shelter in a cave. As Jaik is standing still, the spikes breaks and fall on him. After a while, Baal and others get submerged under the rocks. Baal gets out frisked by using his powers. He then walks on the lava and goes towards Jaik and uses his powers to pull out Jaik from under the rubble. As Jaik is out, Baal tells Jaik that he is underestimating his strength. Upon hearing this, Jaik holds the leash on his neck and breaks it into pieces. He then asks Baal that if he is his biological father. That's disappointing. You only realize now. I know the moment I saw you, Baal says. Jaik then says that he don't have any memories of his birth, and while growing up, Baal were never a part of his life, so practically they are strangers. Baal then says that they may be related by blood, but from the moment they begin to exist as individuals, they are just completely different selves. Jaik also says that in his eyes, Baal is just one of the demons from hell. He has no feelings or whatsoever towards him. Saying this, Jaik starts to walk away. As Jaik is leaving, Baal says that he thought they will meet someday, but he didn't expect that the chance would come so soon. Baal tells Jaik that he is different from the apex hybrid that he imagined, but seeing him who's still developing feels nice too. Everything they said about the true evil or self-freedom, it was only to pressure you to join their side, so don't listen to them. I wish you get the freedom worthy of an apex hybrid and live a good life. Being the son of the great demon Baal shouldn't affect your life. However, as your father, shouldn't I give you, my son, a chance to grant you a wish at least once? Upon hearing this, Jaik tells Baal that he thought that he would to be a cold-blooded demon, but this is unexpected. Don't you find it interesting? I just want to try playing as a father at least once, Baal says. Jaik then asks that if anything is possible. Baal gets excited and says that if it is still within his capabilities, he will do anything within the authority of the great demon. Jaik then looks at Baal and is about to tell his wish.